Then I find myself at my job and getting stressed and it'd be like, what are you feeling right now? I think when I turn this in, they're gonna edit it and it's gonna be weird. So those 3 hours that kind of were forced upon me, I don't know had I signed up for that, whether I'd ever had learned that discipline. But it has paid so many dividends intellectually. Now I've never repeated. I'm never gonna do one of those again. I have a pool at my gym and I thought, when this is over, I'm gonna jump. I haven't been in that stinking pool since that event. Like I was like, no, not again. But that forced me, and I really have a conviction that our bodies will sometimes stop the spinning through physical illness, through really intense emotional challenges to say you're spinning and I'm gonna protect you by making you stop. So all this about listening to ourselves, evaluating, thinking about what we're thinking and asking the why. So I said a lot of times I'd say, I'm angry. When I slow down and ask myself why am I angry, I realized I'm angry because I'm hurt. And as simple as that sounds, that took me a long time to acknowledge. I don't know if it's a guy thing, I don't know if it's a tough thing, I don't know if it's a fear thing, probably. Admitting I'm angry was way easier than acknowledging what you said hurt my feelings. And so once I began to really ask the question, like physically, why do I have a headache? I don't think it has anything to do with myself physically. It's you've not let go of this negative thought for a week and you are hurting your own brain. Yeah. So feelings, physical things, all of these different things, we've got to really create a space to allow ourselves to listen. In the handout, my page is the one that's gray that you can't read because it was color and it's supposed to be black and white. So you can find all kinds of things like that. And what I want to leave you with are some thoughts. Again, there's lots of research. You go online and you can just Google how does our physical health impact our emotional health? How does our very often, what's a symptom of depression? I have no energy. I don't want to get out of bed. So there's such a massive interplay between all of these three different things. But very often what we do when we go to workshops and people talk about doing active listening, I think some of us are really maybe good at doing that with other people, but we really stink at doing it with ourselves. And so some of these questions, when it talks about this active listening, is carving out that quiet, alone time to ask yourselves, what am I thinking, what am I feeling, and going beyond the initial answer, but going why. Kind of like Kara, why am I driving 80? I don't want to be late. Why do I want to be late? Mine would be really simple. Why are you doing 80? I like the speed. That's my answer. That doesn't really go any farther than that. So I felt a little convicted. Maybe there's some other issues there. And then paraphrasing. I know it sounds corny. So what I hear you saying, Doug, is that you're nervous about this new project at work because you think, and then you go asking follow-up questions. Is that like, do you think your boss is not going to like it? And I'm also an impatient person, so this whole process, I just kind of want, just like I want to fix other people, I just want to get fixed. That's why the physical thing was so of an inclination. It's like, if I just go do this, I'll be fixed. And you just realize over time, not so much. So we need to be able to ask ourselves questions, paraphrase, reflect, ask those follow-ups. Again, this sounds and feels kind of corny. Showing empathy. We get that when Rich is sharing something, I'm like, wow, I'm with you. But to be able to turn that around to say, it's okay that you're scared about that project. It's okay that, again, as crazy as it sounds, I had to tell myself, like, dude, it's all right that you're tired. You've been on a bike for 3 hours, and now you have to get off and run 10 miles. Like, it makes sense that you're tired. And here's the crazy thing, I shared this a while ago, but I trained for over a year, and I was a competent, comfortable swimmer prior to this event. I got in the water in Delaware, Ohio, and within 7 minutes, I was done, emotionally. Like, can't do it. I gotta stop. Like, and all of the thoughts of all that training, all that preparation, I probably swam 10 miles in the pool prior to that, so it wasn't a physical thing. Had they not had kayaks spaced throughout that swim course that I could hold on to, I wouldn't have made it. And those people in those kayaks would say, hey, what's your name? I'm like, I'm Doug, I think. You're okay. you're gonna do this. And I would hold on to a kayak, and believe it or not, I had all this strategy, I'm gonna finish it in this amount of time, and I'm like, where's the next kayak? We need that in our own lives. We need other people who can be our kayaks, but we need to learn how to do that for ourselves as well. So if you hear anything today, you're worth the time to carve out to learn how to listen to yourself. Your emotions, what you're feeling physically, and you've got to be able to think about some of those answers and say, well, I'm really kind of wired because I just ate a donut and it's 11 o'clock at night and I watched a scary movie. Okay, those are easy things to change. Some other stuff is going to take a lot more time to unpack and think through and have other people helping us think that through. My therapist would say, this pressure that you're feeling for this triathlon and this time, who set that goal? I did. Anybody can care if you change the goal? No. Is your family not going to love you if you don't finish? I hope not. Just asking me questions to think through why I was so tense. Learn to do that for yourself, learn to do it for others, and we'll find ourselves maintaining balance in a way that God's designed. Getting through life isn't a race. It's not how fast we get through it, it's getting through it in a way where that we can be our full selves and enjoy it. Thanks for your time.